Thanks so much for joining us here on this Tuesday. I'm Brooke Hash, and thanks to those of you watching on our WHAS11 Plus app. Today, Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg laid out his plans to invest more in public safety. One of those measures proposed by the mayor would include increases in staffing across Louisville Metro Police, Fire, and EMS, along with the new emergency drone program meant to assist in emergency rescue operations. Executive Director of Emergency Services Jody Myman explained how the drone program would assist crews in tackling those emergency situations.
It could help with missing persons, where we're looking for people out in the street, and then with law enforcement, if they're looking for somebody or they're in a foot chase, they're going to be able to to identify that and see them a lot quicker. Our quicker response times, we get out the door very quickly in all the public safety agencies, especially in our high priority calls for service. But this is going to be even faster. Get a drone on scene and allow them to see exactly what's going on before they get there.
Also a topic of today's news conference, a proposed $3 million funding allocation for this next year, which would be used to replace Fire Engine 23 in the Iroquois neighborhood with a new station that's more accommodating to female crew members.
This company in the year 2025, this station cannot accommodate females. And that's just unacceptable in our current day and age. We've got, and like I mentioned earlier, I invite you to some of those older ones that are old that we've updated. We've just completed an update on Engine 17, 18th and Garland. It's right by Brown Foreman. We were able to put in unisex bedrooms with Jack and Jill bathrooms so we can accommodate everybody comfortably.
And that $3 million would go over the next 2 years, equaling $6 million for that station. Meanwhile, Mayor Craig Greenberg also addressed this semi-truck accident that occurred on the Kennedy Bridge last Sunday, stating the driver was uninjured in the crash. He also thanked the first responders who helped save that man's life, as well as the 911 call taker who stayed on the line with that driver over the course of the rescue. That driver was left dangling off the side of that bridge overpass with the semi-truck, with it crashing in the barrier on that side of the road. The crash occurred on the stretch of I-65 that's prone to crashes. The driver was the first to call for help in what we can only imagine felt like a lifetime in that 18-minute phone call.
Hello, this is 911.
Can you guys please help me? I'm about to fall down from the bridge.
The desperate calls of a semi-truck driver left dangling from the Kennedy Bridge on I-65.
I don't want to die. If I don't survive, can you just leave the recording to my family too?
And a dramatic rescue when Louisville firefighters were lowered down into the truck cab to rescue the driver. This crash, one of 3 semi-truck crashes over the weekend in the same area on I-65. A semi carrying a trailer of cars crashed on Saturday, the rescue Sunday morning, and another semi crashed into the same barrier Sunday night. U of L Civil Engineering Associate Professor Robert Kluger calling it a busy area.
Pretty complicated interchange, and I would imagine some of the highest traffic volume in our area.
We drove the same route Monday, but in sunny conditions. You can see semis rounding the same corner where the crashes happened.
Derby traffic plus rain plus everything else, where it's easy to see how it would happen this weekend as opposed to a different weekend without, some of the influx.
Kluger says this specific area is heavily trafficked year-round by semis.
Louisville is one of the highest traveled freight corridors in the country. The airport, I know, is a huge source of cargo traffic, and then that traffic kind of disperses out, and a lot of times it goes right through downtown. So you've got all of the trucks there already in the conditions to make that happen.
While investigations are underway.
Yeah, I can hear the sirens. Oh my God, it's just such a relief.
The semi-driver is now back on safe ground. Alex Dieterer, WHAS11 on your side.
The driver was taken to the hospital as a precaution, but again, not hurt. That's the good news there. Even better news, taking a look outside right now, and we have sunshine. A lot of those, what do you call them, Toy Story looking clouds, Matt?
Yeah.
Cumulus?
Cumulus clouds, that's right. Yes, there you go, Brooke. Hey, you're on your way to Meteorology 101. Great. It's a perfect afternoon that's being set up for us across Kentucky. And those temperatures in the mid-60s, a bit of a breeze out of the west at 9 miles per hour, and just a few of those passing cumulus clouds in our skies. Temperatures for the rest of us staying very comfortable, too. A lot of us are still in those lower to mid-60s, 64 near the airport, 64 Valley Valley Station, 65 Sellersburg. A few of us slightly cooler though, 58 near Lebanon, 62 Mumfordville, 59 for you guys near Bedford. We've got lots of sunshine that is going to be around as we go further on into the day. Those clouds are going to continue to still break apart and fade away. I'm expecting mostly sunny skies to arrive as we go later on into the afternoon hours. That area of low pressure has now made its way farther off towards our northeast, and we're on the other side of that rotation. So now we're going to see a steady amount of dry and quiet conditions for the remainder of our afternoon. So it's really shaping up to be a perfect day. Here's how things look for the next 12 hours. You can expect temperatures to range into about those lower 70s later on into the afternoon time. Trending our way further into the night, temperatures will cool back down into the upper 50s and eventually the upper 40s just before sunrise tomorrow morning. So get ready for just a perfect spring day across Kentuckiana. Very dry, quiet, lots of sunshine with temperatures ranging in between those upper 60s and lower 70s. Make sure you get out and enjoy it. That's a look at what you can expect for today. We'll have the details about our next rain chances coming up here in just a few short minutes.
Matt, thank you. A man stood before a judge today for a deadly shooting in the Algonquin neighborhood. Police arrested 48-year-old Jack Elliott Monday, charged in the Sunday morning murder of 44-year-old Isaiah White. Now, he was found shot dead in a car off Dixie Highway near West Hill Street. That car had crashed into a medical office. In court today, Elliott pleaded not guilty to that murder charge and was appointed a public defender. A judge set his bond at $500,000. He'll be back in court May 14th. The man accused of murder outside of a Louisville liquor store also made his first court appearance today. Police arrested 46-year-old Kapango Babadinge last week. They said he and Joshua Melinda were inside the Louisville Liquor Palace off Poplar Level Road when they started fighting. That escalated into the parking lot where police say Melinda was shot multiple times. In court today, Babadinge was charged with murder and possessing a handgun as a felon. He pleaded not guilty and the judge set his bond at $500,000 cash. He'll be back in court as well on May 14th. We are hearing from a witness of the triple shooting at a West Louisville Kroger. It happened early Saturday morning outside that Kroger at 28th and Broadway after a Derby Eve party spilled into the overnight hours.
So this is my first time ever seeing something like that even happen. So, I was just as shocked as everybody else was out there. I'm still in shock a little bit, but it was a crazy scene.
A man and woman died in that shooting. The third victim survived. Police said officers were already on site for Derby patrols and were working to disperse a crowd of nearly 300 people when those shots rang out. Detectives are now reviewing video and conducting interviews to track down the shooter.